Okay. Okay, I think we might be live right now.
We might be live. We might be
Okay.
live. Hi guys, if you can hear us, give us a shout. Let us know in the chat. Give us
Yeah.
some kind of heads up. Yeah, having some small technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Oh no, we're
apologies.
good. We're good.
I'm still really new to teching, so yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so had everything set up, ready to go, and then just suddenly like everything just came crashing down right at the last second. So yeah, just let me know if something's going kind of weird with the stream, and we'll see if we can sort it. But hopefully everything should be okay. Um, so everything, yeah, let us know if
Yeah,
everything's
cool.
kind of
Alex says she
normal,
can hear us all right.
and hopefully you haven't just got like, hopefully you're not just watching us kind of stressing out and just going, I don't know what to do. Well, me neither. Um, so yeah,
15
so
minutes of it won't work.
to be fair, if there is any weirdness that you see before the stream, it's just me freaking out and going, should I message Ethan? So there's nothing weird about it. It's just me freaking out. But yeah, hopefully we're all good.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully the audio's all right. Picture's okay. Yeah, cool. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for getting us set away. Like, yeah, cheers. I wouldn't even know where to start with that side of things.
Oh well.
Definitely. So today we're on part 2 of our Fit Body, Fit Mind course, and hoping everybody can sail on the same time. If you've got the PowerPoint up and ready to roll, we're looking at diabetes today. We're going to be looking at diabetes because it's becoming a bigger and bigger problem as the years go on. It's sort of linked in with obesity as well, which we'll come around and look and move through the rest of the slideshow. Towards the end, we're going to look at improving day-to-day brain activity. So a couple of little sort of brain teaser exercises for you to do that's had me scratching my head this morning. And then we're just going to touch on nutrition just a little bit. So a little bit of the benefits of sort of eating a healthier diet and why it's important and the benefits we can gain from that. And then we're just going to touch on reading food labels towards the end, just ever so briefly, just looking at kind of breaking it down, the color codes that you might see on like packages in the supermarket. So we're going to be doing, sort of might be, it'll flash up like red or green or amber, depending on how much sugar's in or how much fat's in.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at how to sort of break that down as well. Yeah,
I think
cool.
everyone will
So
learn
if we,
something there. Like, I definitely think there's a lot to learn there,
oh
and
yeah,
it's
definitely.
hard for it all, and like thinking, well, this looks good on the packaging,
It
but
can be quite overwhelming,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So okay.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it sort of tells you how hard it can be. Yeah, because they've had to put the color codes on.
Mm,
They've had to put the color codes on pretty much to help people decipher it, because it's easy to look at and say, right, in 100 grams we've got 20 grams of fat, and it's
mm.
like you don't know whether that's good, whether that's bad. You just know you've got 20 grams of fat. So even having the information and then knowing what to do with it are different things.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, where are we at? Just trying to quick little check over the chat before we move on, see what's happening.
Sure.
Oh, you guys are right in the wars, aren't you? Lynn and Sue.
Oh
What
no.
you been doing? Lynn's neck the thigh. Opening grave nightmare. I thought fruit's meant to be good for you. I thought fruit's meant to be good for you, isn't it? Bless him. Bless him, yeah. Chill out. Get your feet up for a couple of hours anyway. If you're going to sit and help us out, get your feet up for a little bit. Chill out, rest them legs. Yeah, so if you can grab a pen and paper, it'll help you again. So we've got a little quiz to work through. So just jotting down some answers. And yeah, like I say, a couple of other exercises towards the end. So grab a pen and paper if you can, and we'll move on. Get a look at that first slide.
Definitely going to do the quiz again this week.
You're doing the quiz again, are you?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Test yourself. You did well last week.
Not too bad.
Right, guys, right. So, Right, so where we are. So we'll go next slide. Ella, I think there's a little bit of a delay on the YouTube video, so if you can just let us know when you've gone next slide, I'll start working through it.
Yeah, there will be a bit of a delay. So, yeah, I'm on to the next slide now, the one with diabetes on the header, right?
Yeah, cool. Yes, nice one, guys. So we going to start off looking at signs and symptoms of pre-onset diabetes. It's really important to identify and recognize and sort of acknowledge these signs and symptoms, because pre-diabetes is the only time that you have to sort of reverse the damage that you're doing. If you get as far as on diabetes, there is no cure. Like you'd be taking some kind of medication for the rest of your life. A healthier lifestyle will reduce how much medication you need that you're on, but once you've developed full-fledged diabetes, you're always going to have it. So that's why it's really important to look at these sort of symptoms and acknowledge them, and that is where you can kind of reverse the damage that you're doing and save yourself getting it. You know, one of the biggest things that surprised me was you can actually be in a state of pre-diabetes for up to 10 years.
Wow.
You know, so that's 10 years where you've got chance to resolve stuff and fix things and make corrections. But if you don't pick up on any of these signs and symptoms, it's going to be too late. You're going to be in the doctors getting diagnosed before, you know, you're realizing, okay, so I've been using the toilet a little bit more, I've been eating a little bit more, and just a couple more on that list that we're going to work through. You know, that's what, if you can identify them, you know, that's your chance to sort of say, okay, I need to make some changes in my diet. No, I don't know. I just happened there.
It looks like we might be
Lynn
back.
says the stream keeps cutting out a little bit. Okay, are we back? Are we back? Oh, it's going to be fun today. This one's going to be fun, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Right.
Okay, so if we're all caught up and everyone can still hear us, we'll we'll move on.
Let's see if we can. If not, I've got a couple of things that I might be able to try. This is going to sound weird, but I had the door shut this time where I didn't last time, and maybe that's causing a problem. Oh, apparently we're back now, so.
Okay, we're like internet signal.
We'll keep trying. We'll see what's happening.
We'll soldier on. Yeah, we'll get there.
Sorry about this,
the guys can hear us at least. Nice one. So yeah, diabetes. yeah. Bear with us. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, diabetes is actually becoming a bigger problem. There's more and more people getting diagnosed every year. Certainly as life has got more convenient for us, or we're needing to work towards convenience, maybe don't have as much time to cook the healthy meals or convince the healthy meals. You know, we're eating less quality food. We're grabbing snacks out the cupboard when we're hitting that kind of lull in the afternoon, especially while we're most of us are sat around at home. You know, it gets to sort of that time in the afternoon, and like we discussed last week, where you sleep, you hit that kind of lull. When your body's natural, you know, it's just your body processing or struggling to process things that are going on inside it, and we're going to actually touch on that a little bit as we go forward. Linking things back into last week again, thinking about sort of that poor sleep and your sleep quality. If you're not sleeping very well and you are tired pretty much from getting up through the rest of the next day, of course you're going to fall into the habit of releasing sugars and stuff that's going to temporarily boost you and make you feel better. Exactly like Sue says in the chat there, more sedentary lifestyle is a big factor. We're all eating, I mean, you're talking like maybe recipes that have been handed down from grandparents and stuff like that, you know, like a good homely mince and dumplings, but we're not grafting, or some of us, a lot of us aren't working as hard as we would have been back there. Do you know what I mean? Like physically day-to-day sort of stuff. And like I say, that's sort of catching up with us a little bit because we aren't making the changes on our end to reflect the lifestyle that we're living, you know?
Definitely. I think I feel like I've noticed a bit of that even just during lockdown. So, like, from not getting as much exercise.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
And, you know, eating in a sort of similar way, and, you know, it's becoming easier and easier to just grab things from the cupboard, or, you know, having a couple of extra beer cans that you maybe wouldn't have or whatever. You know, but obviously not getting out as much and not exercising as much, you know, it does have an effect, even if
But
it,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
maybe don't realise. So I've definitely noticed anyway. So definitely
yeah. I mean,
trying to sort that out
like you
right
say,
now.
especially during lockdown, you know, it's something that we've all had to deal with. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, like I've got me like my Fitbit on, and it's sometimes quite depressing to wear it in the house because you get to like 5 o'clock and you're like, oh, I've done like 2,000 steps, and yeah, I've got to take. But you realise how little you can move, sort of,
Mm,
if you are just rattling around the house or you're not maybe getting your exercise in for the day. You can end up having quite a sedentary sort of day, like Sue says, and not burning very much.
definitely.
Right, guys. Yeah, so we've got a little quiz to work through this afternoon. So if you can just grab yourselves a pen and paper, um, same like we did last week, we'll work through the questions. Just make a note of what answer you're going with, and then when we get to the end, we'll work back through all of them together. So I'll just give everyone a minute to grab themselves a pen and paper. So we've got 15 questions to do. And then just have a quick check through the chart. Oh, Sue's a fan of the mince and dumplings there. Yeah. Do you know what? I'd never had mince and dumplings until I met Alex.
Really?
Never in 25 years.
Well,
And now it's like when I'm feeling sorry for myself, it's a go-to. Like,
well, I'll tell you what, I've never had it.
yeah.
But
You know, you just have the sort of homey foods that make you feel better, or like, you
yeah,
know,
I've been a vegetarian since I was about 13 or
you've
14.
still never had mince and dumplings. Oh, I've got one up on somebody.
Yeah, so yeah, I think just from not
You
eating
should.
meat.
It's just give it a go. It's one of them where like, oh, okay. Have you do you have like corn mince and stuff like that then?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but not like. To be honest, we would tend to use it as just sort of
Hey, fair play.
like
Was that in
not.
about 15 years?
Yeah. Hang on. Well, how old am I? Like definitely at least 10 years. So I don't know if we've lost some audio here. Rob, can you still hear me? Okay, this is kind of bad. Okay, this is getting kind of bad.
Yeah,
um,
yeah. Have we been off and come back on again?
Yep. Yeah, we have. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try opening the door, see if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, I might have to wait for Hatham to come out of his meeting or whatever he's doing, and he might have to take over. Bear with me just 1 second.
Cool.
I'm just gonna mute my mic while I sort that out. Just a sec.
No problem. No worries, guys. There we go. So we just have a quick blast through the chat. I seen Sue said something about these drop-ins the next couple of weeks. So yeah, if you don't think that you're going to be able to get in for the next couple of weeks, I'll move you on to the next lot, which starts the 19th of October. So if you want, I'll put your name down for that one. And like you say, it means we can get somebody else in the meantime if you know full well that you're not going to be able to make it. I hope your knee's all right.
Okay, I think hopefully that might sort it. Just my internet connection is sometimes not great, so sometimes opening the door helps. Rob, I don't know if you can still hear me, and I don't know if you're listening to the.
I've got you now.
Are you listening to the YouTube audio or the Zoom audio? Because I think that you're a
Listen
little
to
bit.
the Zoom. YouTube's muted.
Oh, really? Because it seems like you're a little bit behind
Yeah.
me, so I don't know if it's just that it's been lagging like really bad.
Yeah. Now the guy's right. Computer says no today, doesn't it?
I know. This is okay. This is quite bad. I'm just gonna I am gonna message Hatham so that for when he comes out of his meeting, hopefully he'll see it and he might be able to take over. Just because it is getting pretty bad. For now though, I have got the first question up on the diabetes quiz. I can just stay more or less quiet in case it's mainly me that's dropping out. And
Okay. We'll just work through.
Yeah. If that, we'll just sort of, yeah, I don't know. I did do one recently where every time I was talking, it was like breaking the stream. So it could be that.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, do you want? We can just work through the questions then. It gives you sort of a little bit of time for Hatham to maybe get back to you and see what's happening.
Yeah, I'll still be here, but I'll mute my mic, and you can just try and carry on. But I can still hear you, so just flag it if you need us. Just shout up if you need us, or if something's going wrong that I can try and fix. But I am going to try and get in touch with Hatham right now. So sorry about this, guys. So yes, I'll see if I can fix it.
Yeah, cool, no worries.
And just let me know when you need us to change the question.
Nah, it's gonna happen sometimes, isn't it? Right, I think I've lost you altogether there.
Oh, really?
Audio wise.
Oh, no. I wonder what people can still hear on the stream. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, could someone just give us a heads up on the stream? Let us know what's going on. I can hear you, yeah. Because I mean, I've got the presentation open. I can just read the questions out if we want. It just means that they won't be matching on the stream.
I actually said that about like 2 minutes ago or something. So I think there must be a lag even between our Zoom call, if you know what I mean. So
yeah,
I think there's a problem going on here. Yeah, you could always read the questions out.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what to suggest anymore. Yeah, maybe you can just read them out. That might be easier.
That buys us a bit of time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, that's what we'll do. I'll read the questions out.
All right.
Ella, if you want to try and just keep up with the slides, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
I'll read each one a couple of times. Yeah. Okay then, guys. Cool. We'll do that, and then that gives like I say, Hatham a bit of time to get back to you and figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so pen and paper at the ready. Yeah, you got yours as well, Ella.
I do. Yeah.
Nice one. Cool. Okay, guys. So question 1. How many different types of diabetes are there? So we've got 1, 2, 3, or 4. Well, again, how many types of diabetes are there? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Okay, should we go next one? Okay, so question 2, what type of diabetes is the most common? Type 1 or type 2? Okay, you got one for that, yeah. Okay, guys, question 3. Type 1 diabetes accounts for what percentage of known cases? Yeah, so we've got A, which is 10 to 15%, B, 30 to 40%, or C, 45 to 55%. Read them out again if you want to write them down. A is 10 to 15%, B, 30 to 40%, and C, 45 to 55%. And it's type 1 diabetes accounts for what percentage of known cases? Okay, question 4. So type 2 diabetes accounts for what percentage of known cases? So we've got A, 40 to 50%, B, 60 to 70%, or C, 85 to 90%. Yeah, so that's type 2 diabetes accounts for what percentage of known cases? For question 4, A is 40 to 50%, B is 60 to 70%, and C is 85 to 90%. Make sure in the chat everyone's sort of with us on the right questions and stuff like that. Cool. So, go question 5. So diabetes is best defined as, so we've got A, a metabolic disease characterized by low blood sugar, B, a metabolic disease characterized by high blood sugar, C, a family of blood infections, or D, none of the above. We've got A, metabolic disease characterized by low blood sugar, B, metabolic disease characterized by high blood sugar, C, a family of blood infections, or D, none of the above. Yeah, cool. Looks like the guys are keeping up as well. Nice one. Okay, question 6 then. Like I say, by all means, if I am moving too fast, someone let us know. Just stick. I've just seen someone put something in the cut there from our lot. Okay, I'm with you. That must be Hella. So, right, guys, yeah, if anybody is struggling to keep up, just let us know. Or if you want a question reading out again, give us a shout. Right, question 6. So, diabetes can be cured with diet, exercise, and medication. True or false? Diabetes can be cured with diet, exercise, and medication. True or false? A or B? Right, question 7. So, which is not a symptom of diabetes? So, we've got A, itchy skin, B, thirst, C, frequent urination, or D, muscle pain. So, which is not a symptom of diabetes? A, itchy skin, B, thirst, C, frequent urination. Sue's right, just turn the machines off and back on again. That usually fixes everything, doesn't it? Okay, where we are, question 8. Let's see, let me know if I need to slow down a little bit. Okay, question 8. So insulin is a natural hormone secreted by which organ or gland? So we've got A, kidneys, B, liver, C, pancreas, or D, spleen. So question 8. Insulin is a natural hormone secreted by which organ or gland? A, kidneys, B, liver, C, pancreas, or D, spleen. Okay, question 9. Question 9. People who are obese are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. True or false? A or B? Flying through this, man. Flying through. Okay, so question 10. Pre-diabetes is considered a reversible condition. A, true, or B, false? Question 10. Pre-diabetes is considered a reversible condition. A, true, or B, false? Okay, question 11. So type 2 diabetes can cause long-term damage in the A, kidneys, B, eyes, C, nerves, or D, all of the above. Yeah, so one more time. Question 11. Type 2 diabetes can cause long-term damage in the A, kidneys, B, eyes, C, nerves, D, all of the above. One for you to think about. Tim, I'm going to end up starving reading back through this chat now. Everyone's just on about mince and dumplings. Okay, question 12. Gestational diabetes occurs A, during pregnancy, B, after a bout with the shingles, C, at birth, or D, after menopause. That's question 12. Gestational diabetes occurs A, during pregnancy, B, after a bout with shingles, C, at birth, or D, after menopause. Although not type 1 or type 2 specifically, gestational diabetes is temporary. And that's about all I can say for now. But yeah, I don't want to be like, oh, Rob, you said there was only 2. Yeah, there are other forms, but yeah, this one in particular is only temporary. Okay. I will go question 13 then. Question 13. People with diabetes are prone to A, acne, B, pimples, C, infections, or D, migraines. Question 13. People with diabetes are prone to A, acne, B, pimples, C, infection, D, migraines. Okay, 14. Getting there. 2 to go. 2 to go. So question 14. With type 1 diabetes, the body does not produce insulin. A, true, or B, false? So number 14. With type 1 diabetes, the body does not produce insulin. A, true, B, false? Okay, then the last one. Last one, question 15. When the body does not respond to the insulin it makes, this is called A, type 1 diabetes, B, type 2 diabetes, C, both of the above, D, none of the above. So 15, when the body does not respond to the insulin it makes, this is called A, type 1 diabetes, B, type 2 diabetes, C, both of the above, D, none of the above. And then that is the last one. So we can go back to question 1. Let me know in the chat if anybody needs any more any questions reading out again, or what want me to go back over anything, or if you need a minute before we start working our way through.
I think hopefully I should have got all of the questions on the screen, so fingers crossed everybody could see them. So,
Oh, you managed to get them on the screen as well, yeah?
I think so.
Nice. Cool, right. So I think, I'm guessing from the silence that everyone's ready to start working through, got answers down. Cool, right. I don't know how you want to do it again, Ella, and maybe try and keep up with the slides, or whether you just want me to read through question 1, give an answer, question 2, give an answer.
So do you just want to,
again, like I did last week, when we're done, once we move.
So do you want us to just go back onto the question slide itself, or is there like an answer slide?
There's not an answer slide. I've got the answers here. So yeah, maybe go back to the question slide if you can.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
And again, we'll just work through that way.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, so question 1, we had how many different types of diabetes are there? We had A1, B2, C3, D4. Ella, if you don't want to risk talking, you want to stick your answers in the chat, because I want to know what you went for.
To be honest, I managed to answer all of the questions.
And then afterwards, again, I'll go through and put the question and the right answer next to it as well.
Okay.
You what, sorry?
I didn't manage to answer all the questions, to be honest, through panicking and sorting things. So.
Okay. So how many different types of diabetes are there? Right, guys, so question 1, by all means, if you want to put some answers in the chat while we're going through, go for it. Go for it if you want to put on there what you had down. The first one is 2. There are 2 different types of diabetes. You're going to have your type 1, your type 2. Like I was saying, you've got sort of like your pre-diabetes, which is seen as reversible. You've got your gestational diabetes, which we're going to get round to as well. So there are other forms of it. But typically, and from a diagnosis point of view, and for sort of like a lifestyle point of view, there are just the 2. And there's a couple of little distinctions between the 2 of them as well. So yeah, B for that one then. There are 2 different types of diabetes. The most common, type 1 or type 2, it's actually type 2. It's type 2, which is quite alarming because type 1 tends to be more genetic and will be sort of passed down or hereditary. Type 2 is the kind that comes from an unhealthy lifestyle and a poor diet and our lifestyle choices and stuff like that. So for the most common and most of the cases that we're having being diagnosed to be type 2 and essentially preventable, you know, that's a little bit eye-opening, I thought. So let's see how it falls percentage-wise then. We'll go question 3. Type 1 diabetes accounts for what percentage of known cases? So we had 10 to 15, 30 to 40%, or 45 to 55%. Oh, hang on, the guys in the chat say we've gone again. Can anybody hear me?
Rob. I'm not sure if you can hear us.
Okay, we're getting some answers in the chat, so I know we're still rolling in some way. Okay, yeah, so question 3 was A. I can now.
Okay, that was like a minute after I just said something. I'll just have to type in the chat and the video, and hopefully you can understand from there.
You what? Sorry, you went all robotic.
Okay, can you hear us now?
You doing what? Sorry.
I'll type in the chat.
Yeah, I got you now. Okay, no worries. Yeah, cool. Right, guys. So if you've still got us, question 3. Yeah, Sue says middle for diddle. There's usually a good reasoning. Usually good reasoning. Play it safe, but yeah, it is actually 10 to 15%. So only 10 to 15% of cases that we're getting of diabetes diagnosed is sort of the hereditary genetic, gets passed down from sort of family member to family member sort of diabetes. So looking at it that way and thinking that question 4 has got to be the other flip side of the coin, if we go to question 4, type 2 diabetes accounts for what percentage of known cases? So they need to add up to make 100. So question 4 is C, 85 to 90%, which is, like I say, quite outstanding that 85 to 90% of diabetes cases that are being diagnosed are, for the most part, sort of preventable, and coming from lifestyle choices and either a poor diet or lack of education. And you got to think there's a whole generation or two, probably before myself, even beyond that, that didn't have the nutritional understanding and education that we certainly get taught now. There'd have been no everyone's got to have 5 a day fruit and veg on your plate. Well, your nan and granddad was at school, I imagine. But yeah, 85 to 90% of cases of diabetes are actually type 2, which is usually from like lifestyle choices. Okay, so question 4 was C. Well, question 5, diabetes best defined as a metabolic by low blood sugar, a metabolic disease characterized by high blood sugar, C, a family of blood infections, or D, none of the above. What do we reckon, guys? So 5 is actually B, metabolic disease characterized by high blood sugar. And what it tends to be is that you've got so much sugar in your system, your body doesn't know how to use it or process it, and can't utilize it. So yeah, it usually is high blood sugar, leading to where you'll see, like, if you know anybody who's diabetic that maybe needs to do an insulin injection or something like that, and that is to control that blood sugar and to bring it down a little bit, sort of keep it under control and in a healthy zone. Yeah, high blood sugar on that one, guys. B for question 5.
Hi Rob, can you let me know if you hear this? But Haytham's going to try and take over tech-wise.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave this Zoom call. He's sent you a Zoom link. I'll just put the break screen up, and hopefully it should be quite a seamless swap, and Haytham will be here instead of me when you come back. Thanks for your patience and bearing with.
Oh, don't be silly. No, thanks for your help.
Yeah, just
no, we'll get there. We'll get there.
It's just my internet connection, I think, isn't basically. And,
yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah. That's literally all it takes for something like this, isn't it? Yeah, of course. So no worries. Well, thanks for sorting it on your end anyway, and dragging Haytham in.
Yeah, I think it was just lucky that he wasn't busy for like 2 hours or something.
Yeah, happy days.
So guys, this
Cool.
video should still stay up. You won't have to go anywhere. Just the break screen will come up, and I'll mute everything, and then hopefully you can go into a new Zoom call, and Hatham will bring everything back, and you can continue. Okay? I think that should be all good. Right.
Nice one. Cool.
All right.
Okay, guys. Well, hopefully, all being well, see you in a second.
All right.
Thanks, Ella.
Bye.
Okay, see you later on.
Okay, hello. Yeah, did it. We did the swap. We made it. I'm just waiting on Rob joining the call because obviously he just has to quickly refresh his emails. And I'm just going to quickly load the presentation. I think you saw a little window of my head in the bottom right corner there. So I am here. Oh no, I'm playing the stream. Hang up. Okay, while we wait for Rob, I'm just gonna play some like music in the background, and hopefully it's not too like offensive to you all. If it is, I'm sorry, but it's gonna happen because I don't want you to just sit there in silence. So get some nice relaxing music on, hopefully. I know what we got. We've got no copyright music, chill. That sounds good. Sure. I was an advert at the start as well, just to make everything even better. 2 minutes. I will not be long. I'm just sending Rob the link for the Zoom call. He's just having a bit of trouble getting in.
Grammarly.
Hello.
Back now.
We should be back.
We should be back. I think we're alive. We're away. Yeah, there
Hang
we
on
are
then.
on the bottom right.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
nice
coming
one.
on.
Okay,
Scales
cool. I'm
up.
gonna
We're all
refresh
in.
that page
We're
then.
live. We're away.
Yeah.
Everyone should be able to see us, hopefully. My preview
Fingers
window
crossed.
crashed, but I don't think that matters. I think we're all right. Guys, let me know. Let me know if you can see Rob again.
Say any of us, yeah. Lynn says, Hatham, you could just entertain
I
us
know.
instead with your charm and wit.
I know. I've seen that. I said nobody wants that. Not today. We're on a Thursday, right? So I think we're up to question 5, if I remember right.
Yes, I think I had just gone through the answer for 5, but I don't know whether the guys had got that answer. So
Okay,
give us a shout and let us know, someone, whether actually whether you've heard us do 5.
Clear that.
But yeah, that was B, high blood sugar.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we got high blood sugar. I don't actually have high blood sugar today. What is going on here? Okay, there we are. Cool. This is what happens when you do stuff on the fly, by the way, guys. I opened the camera back up and it was just full screen for some reason, but didn't have a mic on. So I was like, oh, cool. Guess everyone's just seeing that then. That should be sorted. We should be good. So we're up to
Question 6, we're on, bud.
question 6. Yeah, I'm on.
Question 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the slide.
So we're flying, man. We're flying.
Yeah, cool. We're back to it. We're winning.
Okay. Okay, guys. So question 6: diabetes can be cured with diet, exercise, and medication. True or false? Yeah, thanks for jumping in, Hatham.
No worries. 2 minutes. I'm just gonna go and shut the door.
No worries. I'm glad Hatham's all techied up, like, because I wouldn't have a clue. Yeah, so just while we're waiting on Hatham getting back, question 6 is actually false. Yeah, diabetes can't be cured, like we were saying before. Once you've got it and once you've been diagnosed full-fledged diabetes, that's it. You're going to be on medication, some form of medication, probably for the rest of your life. The way things stand right now, it's that pre-diabetic stage that we were looking at earlier on, and that's why we looked at the symptoms. That is your chance, and that's your time, and that's your window to remedy stuff and sort of reverse things and reverse some of the negative damage that might be getting done. So that one, diabetes by itself can be cured with diet, exercise, and medication, is B, false.
Okay.
Yes, like Sue says, once you've got it, once it's diagnosed, you can control it. And like I was saying before, the way that you live your lifestyle and how healthy you are and looking after yourself, that's going to have an effect on how much medication you do need. But you're probably always going to need medication of some kind. Yeah, just like the guys are saying there, can't be cured, just controlled once it gets to that point.
Cool. So we got that. Question 6, we've done that one, yeah.
Question 6, yeah. B, false. Yeah. Question 7. So, which is not a symptom of diabetes? We've got itchy skin, thirst, frequent urination, or muscle pain. Let's have a look. 7, we have got muscle pain. So the rest of them, kind of stuff that we touched on at the start as well, itchy skin or those dark sort of marks on your skin, needing the toilet a lot more, being a lot more thirsty, that they're all sort of symptoms of diabetes, but not necessarily muscle pain. You would think, and I mean, I thought for a while that should be like all of the above sort of answers, because you think if you're dehydrated and you're needing more water, you're probably going to get muscle cramp like a little bit. Your muscles are probably going to cramp up a little bit, but again, that's probably as like a knock-on effect from the dehydration rather than being a symptom of diabetes to the point where you could say, go and get yourself sort of checked out, just make sure, yeah. So yeah, itchy skin actually can be a symptom of diabetes. Yeah, it's not one of the ones that you think of sort of straight away, I don't think. But yeah, D for that one, guys.
So I've just got them all at the minute. It's allergy season as well. So
I was gonna say, yeah. Possible to have all of them and
Not have diabetes as well.
not be diabetes. Yeah.
Or not that I know of, anyway. So
I was gonna say, yeah. You sat there joking about it.
You never know, do you?
Aye.
Hey.
See you next Monday. Like, oh, any crack? Like, I've been to the doctors. Yeah.
I'm going to insulin, like. It's not in there.
Hey, right. So we got question 8 now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Nice one. Cool. So question 8. Insulin is a natural hormone secreted by which organ or gland? We've got kidneys, liver, pancreas, or spleen. Let's see if anyone's going to stick anything in the chat. We've got liver. It is the pancreas. For that one. Your body is and your pancreas is what produces the insulin that's going to deal with your blood sugar sort of going up and down, trying to stabilize that a little bit. Because that blood sugar it's important to energy levels and sort of your body maintaining itself. We all produce insulin, or sort of everybody kind of has the ability to, or should have the ability to. And where people are having problems with diabetes and stuff, it's where the body either can't produce insulin or it can't use it. So I mean, that might even be worse. It's there and in your system, and your body just can't get to it, and your body can't utilize it. Which is where sort of some of the medications and steps come into play. So safer 8, guys.
Yeah.
Your pancreas. Yeah. Question 9. So people who are obese are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. So we've got A true and B false. Question 9, that one is true. Like we were saying before, type 1 diabetes tends to be sort of passed down genetic, hereditary, and it's the type 2 diabetes that comes from sort of like poor lifestyle. And it is sort of linked with obesity, but like I was saying before, you don't have to be obese to get diabetes or to have diabetes. But yeah, if you are obese, you're definitely more at risk of being diagnosed, and developing it. And that's what I was saying earlier on. I don't know whether you caught that, Hatham, earlier on, but 10% or 10 to 15% of cases are the hereditary genetic kind, which means that 85 to 90% is coming from obesity and poor lifestyle, and environment, which is quite eye-opening, to see such a sort of split.
I take it it's like overindulgence or like malnourishment that does that then.
A lot of the time, I was just sort of saying earlier before, sometimes like it's eating too much sugary stuff, you're putting too much into your system that your body can't utilize all that sugar, it can't burn all of that sugar. And like I say, it's all too easy now, especially in lockdown, to just be like, oh, I'm lagging a little bit, I'm feeling a bit sluggish, I'll go grab something out of the cupboard that's going to give us a sugar boost, when really what we need is something that's going to be slow releasing sugars across the day. Obviously not to go too much into the nutrition side of things, but yeah, it's relying on those quick sugary bursts and like you say, overindulgence that does lead to that sort of compromised system.
Yeah.
And you do end up with problems, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
like you say, easy done. Doesn't take much. It's like prolonged though, isn't it? When it gets to that stage, it's not like, oh, I've had 2 bars of chocolate a day or something. It's like over a sustained period that your body's like, hang on a minute.
Of course, yeah, that's it, yeah.
You've been drinking nothing but like full sugar Coke for like 4 months in a row and no water.
Yeah,
probably not good. Like,
I don't feel well. Yeah.
Got no teeth left and I'm now diabetic.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Yeah. Not worth it. No. Not worth it.
Right, cool. So that was question 9, yeah. So
question 9, yeah. Right. So we'll go question 10. Pre-diabetes is considered a reversible condition. True or false? I'd like to think that all of us can get that one. That one is actually true. So like I was saying before, pre-diabetes and the signs and the symptoms, that is your chance to sort of do something about it, remedy it, which is why it's important to be able to identify symptoms of pre-diabetes, If you don't know what you're looking for, you can't see it. If you can't see it, you can't change it. And if you can't change it, you're going to end up in the doctors one day being diagnosed. And at that point, that is where you're looking at medication to control it, yeah. So, yeah, 10 is A. And that is the only sort of diabetes that's considered reversible or curable, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, makes sense. How easy is it to spot pre-diabetes though? Because like I know loads of people who are diabetic who've obviously clearly been diabetic for like 10 years and just
Yes,
had
of
really
course,
bad
yeah.
management of it across that time.
Yeah. So that was actually that was one of the earliest slides that we looked at. So that was looking at sort of using the toilet a little bit more or like frequent urination.
So like what your underlying symptoms would be.
Yeah. Okay. Extreme thirst, increased hunger.
Yeah.
We had nerve pain or numbness, slow healing wounds. So if you're finding that like you cut yourself and you're not healing as well as that you think you should or as fast as you think you should, blurred vision can sometimes be to do with it, and sort of like itchy or dark skin patches as well.
Yeah.
So all sort of stuff to be looking out for. I used to know somebody, not going into details who for obvious reasons, but who actually before he was diagnosed with diabetes, he would drink that much. He would go and drink that much even during the night, like from the taps in the bathroom and stuff like that. He would drink that much. He would wet the bed.
Right.
You know, because he would just be, I need this much water. Yeah. And that went on for a period of time before people like looked and thought, there might be more to it. Yeah.
No, that's definitely a health concern right there. If you're that thirsty, I think you've got a problem, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, like, there's saying to yourself, right, I'm thirsty, and then there's obviously ramped up and like you say, sustained. It's not just like you're thirsty for one day. It's like it's like sustainable, yeah. And it is sort of ongoing to the point where it's so easy to convince yourself, oh, that's just normal now. That's just normal. Do you know what I mean? Like
15 litres of water a day is just
yeah.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah, like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'll get back to where we were.
So we're on to 11 now.
Number 11. So type 2 diabetes could cause long-term damage in the kidneys, eyes, nerves, or all of the above. That one there is D. So all of the above for that one. So it's not just your blood sugars and your insulin that's going to be affected. It can have a knock-on effect on your kidneys, your eyes, where we're saying like blurred vision and stuff like that. Nerves and your nerve endings. Have you ever heard of anybody like maybe losing a foot or something?
It's always a foot.
Isn't it lose a foot? Yeah.
Always a foot with diabetes, and I don't know what it is. Like it must be the way your blood like sort of pools in the bottom of your body or something. There's got to be something going on at the bottom of your body when you've got diabetes that causes your foot to get like so badly wounded that you have to just get rid of it.
Yeah, it probably will be a circulation thing. Yeah. It's got to be, but like I say, even your nerves can start to suffer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one's all of the above. Yeah.
Okay, so gestational diabetes occurs.
Gestational diabetes. Any guesses, Bud, off the top of your head?
I have a feeling it's during pregnancy.
It is, yeah. It is. It's A for that one.
That I've been told this story by a bunch of people who said it's just like it's just miserable because like you got to watch your sugar intake and like
I can't even imagine it. Like you've never been diabetic,
and
never
been pregnant.
Well, especially if you're pregnant and you're getting the cravings and stuff like that, and you do want chocolate, and I think I'm gonna say it's about 4% of women this occurs in.
Yeah.
And it carries an increased risk of sort of other complications during pregnancy. But it is just during pregnancy, and it's like it just comes on when you're pregnant, and then when you're not, it goes
away.
It's crazy, yeah. And to say that you've got one end of the spectrum where diabetes isn't curable, you're talking medication for the rest of your life, to this diabetes that just comes along when you're pregnant and then disappears again when you're not.
Strange.
It is. Human body is a weird thing. Fascinating thing.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, A for that one, guys. A for that one.
Okay. People with diabetes are prone to.
So we've got acne, pimples, infections, and migraine. Or migraines. So with this one, thinking back to what we said earlier on about sort of slow healing rate and not recovering, and sort of like cuts taking longer to heal and stuff like that, that leaves you wide open to infections, which so 13 we'll say C. People with diabetes are more prone to infections because their wounds and injuries take longer to heal.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, giving more chance for sort of bacteria to get in and build up. Yeah.
Can see that.
Well, Sue says gestational diabetes is tough because it can also lead to problems during labour. Yeah. I obviously not anything I've ever been through myself, but I imagine there's enough to be dealing with, and you don't need any more complications coming on from some kind of phantom diabetes. Yeah.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Okay, guys, cool. We'll go question 14. I think we're on 14, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, cool. With type 1 diabetes, the body does not produce insulin. True or false? Guys, a second, see if we want to stick someone in the chat. So yeah, 14 is A. 14 is true. Yeah, people with type 1 don't produce insulin, so they have to inject themselves to balance out their blood sugars and make up for what the pancreas isn't producing. My cousin used to be diabetic, and I remember from being a kid, I grew up with him stabbing his finger every day and checking his blood sugar and stuff like that, and that was so sort of alien to me. Obviously, being a kid and being younger and not really understanding it. But yeah, it's needing to not only monitor your blood sugars and where it's at, but knowing how to remedy it if it's not in the right place. Sometimes that for some people it might be too low, and that means you need to go and have a snack and bring that up.
Yeah.
And he would forever have sort of gel packs with him or a full fat bottle of Coke just in case he needed it, or a Mars bar. Yeah. Or
someone told me once it was they used to have a McDonald's because apparently there's loads of sugar. Like you can taste the sugar in like the buns and stuff.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Like just a Big Mac or whatever, and the bread that was on them would be like really sugary.
Yeah, I'm sure I read somewhere before that a McDonald's bun isn't actually far away from being classed as a cake.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
With the amount of sugar that's in it. Yeah,
it's all to do with like the to get the flavour right, which is why McDonald's burgers have a certain flavour, or part of the reason why. It's probably all the rest of the stuff that they pump into them as well.
Yeah,
God knows what else is going in there, but
Well, he was always happier on a day where he could go and eat a McDonald's and make up for it, rather than I need to inject myself with insulin. Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, it's sort of like, being able to sort of indicate where you are on the scale, and then more importantly, knowing how to put yourself in the right place.
Yeah. Can people with like that it might only be type 1, I don't know, but can some people with diabetes like taste the sugar in foods that you wouldn't necessarily taste them in normally? Like, they have a bit more of a sensitivity to.
Do you know what?
Like sugary foods.
Probably, yeah. And I don't know whether that would be specifically to do with the diabetes, or whether they just maybe have less of a sugary diet, and they're more sensitive to it when they do eat it.
Because there's that
I'm not sure about that.
Where if you chew bread for long enough, the enzymes in your mouth start breaking it down and breaking the carbs down, and you can taste a bit of sugar, but you obviously have to chew it for ages, and there's some science for you right there.
There we go. Yeah.
So obviously, the longer you chew your food for, the more it's broken down before it gets into your stomach. But I've spoken to someone before, and I'm sure they said like I can taste the sugar as soon as I put something like the burger bun from McDonald's in my mouth. Like it just tastes the sugar straight away. Like and I don't know if that's just because they are like a lot of the time like sugar deficient, I suppose.
Yeah. Either that, or their body is just that much more sensitive to sugar. There's something in it to sort of trigger it and pick it up and set off like an alarm when.
Hang on a minute, this has got loads of sugar in it. You should be eating this. Like.
yeah. Wait a second. This is not a bun. This is not bread. Yeah.
So Lynn saying used to work with a guy who was perfectly intelligent but just seemed to be in diabetes denial. Sounds a slapping to bring him round. I, to be fair, I know a few people like that who I know have got not just diabetes, just health conditions in general, and are just like a bit less than optimal when it comes to managing them.
Yes, yeah.
But it's their life, so you can't really do much about it. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I've always said you can't sort of help someone who's not ready to help themselves. you've got to get in the mindset of doing it. And this is why this sort of thing is important. It's sort of like an eye opener. Why we need to do certain things, you know. Because like I say, there's certain things in this that I've sort of come across when putting this together or reading back through this that it's even surprised me, you know. And teaching me as you go. And
but you can live a perfectly healthy lifestyle as well, right? With like you can live a perfectly healthy life with diabetes as long as you manage it right.
Of course,
like,
yeah,
it's just about getting the management right. Like, it's a tough one when it's other people because you can't force them to do anything. So.
That's it, yeah. And like we were saying earlier on, that pre-diabetes where you do have chance to sort of remedy things, that you can be in that state for 10 years.
Well, exactly. You might not even know either. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to fall into bad habits as well. That's the other thing. Yeah,
it really is, yeah. And then before you know it, it has been X amount of years, and what seemed normal isn't. And you're looking at medication.
Yeah, but it's still manageable, luckily.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's the one. That's the one upside is that you can still get it. You can still get by.
Yes, we can control it. We can control it now. Yeah, through understanding and science and stuff. Yeah.
Science and stuff. I love that. I love the
science and stuff.
And the stuff
Yeah. Well, you've got the science, but that doesn't quite get you all the way. So you need like a little bit of the stuff as well.
A lot of it sometimes. You need a lot of it.
Sometimes, yeah, a lot of the stuff. That's right. So we'll get this quiz finished up there. Question 15. When the body does not respond to insulin, to the insulin it makes, this is called type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, both of the above, or none of the above. Just read back through that 2 seconds. So she can taste sweeter stuff quicker.
I was just reading. I think it might be a thing, like you say. I mean, you might be right because your body's probably more sensitive to it.
Yeah, there'll probably be a mix of like your body's not as used to it and your body's more sensitive to it coming in. Yeah. So question 15 is B. It's type 2 diabetes. So the last question was the body not producing insulin, and was type 1. And type 2 is body is making insulin but can't respond and can't use it and can't utilize it, and that is type 2.
Okay.
So again, even sort of like distinctions on a biological level between sort of type 1 and type 2, and sort of the ramifications that's going to have and how to deal with it. And I think, that's us. Quiz done. Nice one. We got there. We got there in the end.
Just took 2 separate locations to stream from. And
I was going to say,
for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Might try and bounce over to Daniel for the next half.
Yeah, why not?
Just try and get everybody on.
It's the Media Savvy round table.
It's a good table to be sat at.
For now.
For now, yeah.
Now it's working.
All right, guys, I'm going to have a look through and see how everybody got on. 10 out of 15 is good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 10 out of 15. Well done. Right, I see there's a couple in there that are a little bit tricky. And of course, I'm guessing if you maybe don't know anybody with diabetes or someone who lived with diabetes, a lot of this might be quite new to you. You know, I'm aware that a lot of the understanding I have of diabetes and how people live with it is due to family members having it, or, you know, seeing people in the gym live with it and deal with it that way. So it's one of those things where it's like a constantly rising problem. But same again, if you don't really know anybody who's suffering from it, a lot of it might just sort of go unnoticed. And like I say, it's important that we can at least recognise these signs.
Yeah.
Because if someone's got up to 10 years to potentially reverse something that's going to be permanent, do you know what I mean? You'd like to think you'd be able to say to them, look, right, that's not right. You're going to the toilet a lot more. Get yourself checked out. Do you know what I mean? And that could save someone a world of hurt, just being able to recognise these symptoms.
Yeah, definitely.
So
we've got a 12 and maybe a 10 if
maybe a 10 in the ballpark of 10. Yeah,
close to 10. That's fine.
Somewhere around 10, somewhere between 0 and 15 in that ballpark.
That area.
Yeah. So, I'm interested to know as well, actually, if there's anything in there that sort of surprised you or jumped out at you, let us know. Because, like I say, there was a couple of bits I was reading through and they really sort of stood out.
So Lynn's asking a question there about the blood pressure score.
Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. $97 means on the top of the blood pressure score. Okay, so
I'm not actually sure of that one, to be honest.
so the top number, I'm just trying to find like the proper
The official
definition.
definition.
The official definition, yeah. So we've got systolic pressure.
Is that not just on certain ones where like that's as high as it goes? Do you think, or is it always out of over 97? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've got so systolic blood pressure is the pressure exerted when blood is injected into the arteries. So a normal systolic blood pressure is about 120 or below. So then you've got diastolic blood pressure, which is at the bottom of the number, which is the pressure the blood exerts within the arteries,
Right.
between heartbeats. And your normal diastolic blood pressure is about 80 or below. So something to aim for. There we go. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, Lynn, what you're saying there about the you want to watch out the pressure that the blood can come out of your heart. If it's too high, could cause like issues like rupturings and stuff like that. Which is why they put the focus on that one. Being the same since you were younger and fit, I don't know what I can do about it. Get yourself along to the human MOT. Drop in on a Monday morning, and I'll keep an eye on stuff for you. And because that's one of the things that I'm tracking every week: blood pressure, and we're doing body fat measurements as well, and just like a weigh-in every week. Okay, let's move on then. Let's get this quiz behind us.
Yeah.
Cool. So we are looking at improving day-to-day brain activity. I know I've needed this some days during lockdown. Yeah.
I think more
Your
so
brain
now
busy.
that I'm back to work, to be honest. Like outside of work, something different that isn't just focusing on that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm going full screen here.
Or if you've been doing any like learning or different stuff, it's good to have something that's not that. That makes sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, through lockdown.
Yeah, so some of these are like drawing and reading and music and stuff. That's something you do to relax as well as
Yes, of course, which is important. Yeah. Touching on what we were saying last week about sort of mindfulness and making sure you have time to relax and do stuff for yourself as well. There's brain activity like you would be putting in when you're typing out an essay or something like that, but that could be quite exhaustive. These are more sort of things that like you say, they're more sort of relaxing, they're more sort of like for yourself, more sort of you time. But they're still engaging the brain as well, because I mean, you know how easy it is to you chuck a video on YouTube, it's a 5-minute video and you still sat there 3 hours later watching something now to do with what you started.
Yeah, the good old the YouTube rabbit hole that you always end up going down, definitely.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Maybe a Wikipedia one if you're reading up on something, that's always a good one as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. easy to get lost on Wikipedia as well. Like, I'll just click that one. I'll
And
just click that
you're
one.
on the
Like,
Wikipedia.
wait.
It's like 3 a.m. You're on the Wikipedia for like Richard III, and you're like, what's happened? What's happened here? How did I
Yeah,
get here?
something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
I don't care that much. Yeah.
Like some kind of snow leopard, and I'm like, well, I don't know how I got here, but I'm glad. Glad I'm here. Lynn's just asking where that human MOT is. It's the spaces at the minute. I don't know what's the state of the spaces like at the moment.
I think it is, yeah. Lynn, what I'll do when I get off this live stream, I'll check spaces and stuff, and I'll drop you an email and see what's happening with that.
Cool.
And we'll sort that out.
Okay, so do you want us to skip slides now?
Yeah, there we are. So yeah, we've sort of been over them, haven't we? I mean, do any of you do any of those activities already? You know, I've recently started taking time in the morning to maybe sit and do a crossword or something like that, or to just sit and listen, like have some music on. You know, because it's easy to get into this thing where you're always distracted as well, and you're always sort of multitasking and juggling stuff rather than just saying, you know what, I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to do this for a little bit, you know, and like you say, engaging your brain a little bit as well, is really important.
Podcasts are pretty good for that. I like
Yeah.
if I'm just like I'll be doing like, I don't know, some stretching, or I'll be like just doing something that's completely boring, like tidying something away, or like loading the dishwasher or something like that, and I'll have a podcast on in the background.
I go through quite a few podcasts, and it's just something to keep you. I mean, sometimes a podcast's going to get you thinking and your brain working a little bit more than just chucking some music on.
Yeah.
You know,
audiobooks are supposedly quite good for that as well, but I've got to admit I haven't tried them, but a lot of people recommend them. Listen to them in the car and stuff as well.
Yeah, I don't mind an audiobook, to be honest. You get some good sort of celebrity voiceovers and stuff now that have gone on to do it. Yeah, I know Stephen Fry's done quite a lot.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple of his, and it's just finding someone with a voice you can listen to. You know, if you find any podcasts out there with Attenborough or Morgan Freeman on, you're laughing.
Yeah.
You're laughing, sit and listen to them all day long.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, it is just stuff that you enjoy, but stuff that's getting your brain active as well. It's not just sitting in front of the telly all day, you know, or do you know what I mean? Like actually getting your brain ticking over. So that's what we're going to move on to next. I've actually got a few brain teasers for you to try out. You've jumped in at the right time, eh, mate?
Is it the triangle one? Are we looking at
it? Is, yeah. Okay. It is. We've got a couple.
Yeah. I'll make sure everyone can see that properly. Hang on, I'll just turn the banner off for now so you guys can see that fully. So both of these triangles are made from the same shapes. Can you work out how one has an addition area labelled A? Hang on, I need to move the camera as well because we're in the way at the moment. Just shift them. Oh no, what have I done there? Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah. I'm just sketching out a rough answer here so I can show rather than try and tell.
I can see how you'd move it.
Yes, you can see what the differences are.
As to how, I don't know.
Yeah. How and why, yeah.
If you asked me to move the parts that was in there, yes, I could do that. I don't know why.
Yeah,
There'll be a scientific and mathematical reason as to why. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I sat and looked at this for ages. I was like, how? Because you look at, because at first you think to yourself like that A square should be green. Like maybe be that little bit longer, and that's missing. But then if you count along,
yeah,
is it 5 along the bottom and 2 up, and it's the same on the other one as well. So all the shapes are exactly the same.
I have a headache already, so I'm just picking up for now.
Ethan's out.
I'm done.
Give it a couple of minutes, see if anybody can crack it. Quite a difficult one to explain as well, so I'm going with Mel's explanation for it.
God. It's going to be something to do with like area, but I just cannot work it out.
It is, yeah.
I'm counting the squares, and I know what my brain should be doing, but it's not doing it for some reason.
I think, I don't think actually they're counting any squares.
I'm just trying to work out like,
because it's the same. What we got? We still got 5 high.
The same number of squares. It really is.
Yeah.
Unless it's some kind of optical trick, and I'm not seeing it. But that's what, I've just counted them all, and it's the same area. It's exactly the same area.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think. Hang on, if I counted them wrong. This is what I mean. The colours are. With full disclosure, the colours are throwing us off a little bit.
Lynn's got the same response that I had when I first saw it. It's just, it looks too much like maths. It looks far too much like maths. I expected to flick onto your camera there and see you with a whiteboard and like notes all over the place.
It's just a pink post-it, that's all I've got. The pink post-it to try and work out the area of this triangle, but it's not working.
Give it another minute or so. Waiting for you to like accidentally crack into stellar travel or something like that, you know?
For some reason, so far, I've got the areas 39. I don't even know if that's right, and I don't know why I've worked that out. I don't know what I've done with that.
Know what it is, but I don't know what to do with this information.
I can do it. I've got the sums, but I don't know where they go now. Don't know. But
got all the information.
Definitely like a maths exam.
Yeah, but you didn't realise you were getting dragged into this when you were coming to save the tech.
Not at all. I was not prepared for this.
What it is, guys, I'll give you a little bit of a clue anyway.
You need your camera to be like on here, like so they can see your diagram.
In a second, yeah. Whenever I'm gonna show you, yeah.
Give them the clue.
Okay, so the clue is it's in the triangles. It's all in the triangles.
Oh, for God's sake!
I was focusing on the squares.
No,
of course, it was the triangles.
Because it's the two. I cannot believe it. I'm fuming. I'm pretty sure someone's already showed me this before as well. I really should have got this right.
Yeah.
Oh, what an idiot. Oh well.
So what it is,
Go on, I'll make the camera. I'll scale the camera up so they can see.
Okay, so I'm not much of an artist.
Okay.
But if you look at the triangles, the longest side, the slopey diagonal side, if you look at the way it falls on the grid, it's not a straight line. So you've got one of the triangles, and the way I've drawn this is like both of them overlaid on each other. You've got one triangle that curves in ever so slightly. You've got one triangle that slides out, sticks out ever so slightly. And when you swap them round, that curvature gives you this area in the middle, ends up being A. And that is where it comes from, swapping the triangles and just the curvature on the longer sides. I just sat and looked at that all day. I wouldn't have figured that out.
It's very cheeky.
It is. So you were kind of there when you said optical illusion.
Yeah, oh, sugar, hang on. Just need to reset this window. I've made a bit of a mistake there. 2 seconds. Reset transformation. Why are you not resetting? Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorted.
Cool. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
knew
so
there'd be something, and there's always something.
yeah,
Always some kind of
it is one of them as well. Where you're like, oh, I have, especially if you've already seen it as well. You're like, oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah, just some dirty trick. That's what it was.
We're playing Mel throwing that one in.
Yeah.
If anyone's brain's fried, it's Mel's fault, not mine.
Definitely.
Okay, we'll go next slide then, huh?
I've
got another one for you to do.
Okay. Again, I need to probably turn the banner off, to be honest, because I don't think you can see this one. So just quickly. Yeah. Here we go. Can you divide the land into 4 equal shares? Each share must be the same size, must be the same shape and size, with 3 grass and 1 tree each.
Yeah. So we're dividing that grid into 4 equally sized shares, and each shape, each one must have it must be the same shape, and must have 3 grass and 1 tree.
Okay. Can you move? I don't understand. Can you move the grass and the trees around in any order you want? I'm confused.
No, they need to stay where they are there.
Okay.
But say, like, you could say to yourself, do them like in vertical columns, so they would all be the same shape and size.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, vertically, you've got one with 3 in a tree, and the next one with 3 in a tree, and the next one's got 2 trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do it that way, but that way wouldn't work. So, yeah, you've got to leave the things where they are.
Okay.
I'm just going to try and make my sheet a bit easier to see the answer on. 2 seconds.
Oops, hang on, I've took this. There we go. I took the slide off for a second by mistake. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, good luck figuring that one out. It's handier if you can draw on it, but I wouldn't recommend highlighters on screens again.
Not on the screen, no.
No, definitely not.
No, don't be doing that. Yeah, we're going to give out a new screen, so.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if anybody cracks this one.
It's not going to be me. That's all I know. It's definitely not going to be me.
I'll give you a clue then. The shape is a letter.
Okay.
In fact, there are 2 ways you can do it, and they're both letters.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, all coming together. All clicking together now, mate.
Although, actually, no, when I've done that, that's missing. No, that's not right. Is it right? I don't think I've done that right. We'll see.
We'll find out together, mate. We'll find out.
All right, yeah. So you don't have to use all the squares, though.
Yeah, you need to use all the squares
All
for
the
each
squares.
one to have 3 bits of grass, and for each one to have a tree.
Okay.
Alright, should we tell him? Should we tell him?
Go on then. I need to scale the camera up again right there. Okay.
So we go in an L shape, and I don't know how well you can actually make that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we've got one across and down, one across and down, one across and up, and this one's up and back in on itself.
Yeah.
All an L shape, all got 3 bits of grass, all got a tree. And you can do it in T's as well.
Yeah, that's the one I had. I had the T one.
You're going with T's.
Yeah.
I'm interested how you've done one and not used all the squares, to be honest.
I that one wasn't right. The T, I got it after the T one, but the first one I was like, that's not,
Did you?
it's not quite
Yeah.
correct. It is not quite there.
Gets you thinking though, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It definitely does.
So I quite like stuff like this, and then you hit a wall with it, and you're like,
Yeah,
I'm done.
I'm
done.
I'm
Like,
not
I
looking at that
can't. Yeah.
anymore. Definitely
Yeah.
not. Okay, so
I don't care if I never know.
yeah.
At this point, yeah, I'm
fine.
done. I'm done.
Most of the time, I know that one was all right, but some of the time it's really stupid. Like it's stupid and annoying because it's not logical. Some of the time, like
Yes.
they'll catch
Yeah,
you in
yeah,
the
yeah.
trick one. I'm like, that's just no. Okay. And then they'll be like, you have to think outside the box. I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
that's
that's
just wrong. So no.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not
make me. You
No.
can't make me.
doing it.
You can't make me do
force
that.
me to do that. You're not my mum or dad. I'll listen to you.
You're not the boss of me.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got this one as well. This is going to be another one that's going to annoy the hell out of me.
Okay, yeah. So we've got one more. We've got one more to do, I think.
Yeah.
So we've got an L, which is a hypothetical office space that needs dividing into 4 equal spaces. So each space has got to be the same shape and size again. How can we split that into 4?
I can't quite tell from that shape, but are they equal? So it's like the top and bottom bit like equal
Yes,
size?
they are.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I will be just 2 seconds while you're having a minute on that.
Guys, I don't have a clue. I haven't got a clue with this one. Like, it's gonna be really simple, this one, but so it's all about, this is keeping your brain active. Then this is all keeping your brain and how different ways to keep it active and strengthen the old noodle, I think, is the idea.
Hello, I'm back. What's happening?
Just explaining that I didn't have a clue what was going on.
Len says I'm a bit like, what's the point with stuff like that?
Yeah, I was just saying, it's all keeping your brain ticking over.
Of course it is. Just keep the brain ticking over. I'll sit for ages and just have like hypothetical conversations about stuff that's never going to happen as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like I say, just keep your mind busy, keep it active. Yeah, it's the last one, guys. We'll get this one finished up, and then we're just going to touch on a little bit of nutrition quick, and then we'll be there. How's it coming on, bud?
I was actually looking at a completely different screen for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because I got a big banner on YouTube that was like warning us, but I think it's all right. I think
Yeah.
it's okay.
Ah, sweet, cool. Give it another minute and then I'll run through this last one. That's not just me that like tortures myself with stuff like this, so. It's a bit like that old, you remember that thing on Facebook there, the golden, was it the golden white dress?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the black and blue one, yeah.
Yanni and Laurel and all that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a this is like obscure movie knowledge, but there's an old riddle in Die Hard 3, because the whole plot, it's like the guy calls himself Simon and he's getting like Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson to do like loads of tasks, and one of them's like Simon Says, and it's like he's got like a pressure gauge thing that they have to weigh down, but it has to weigh exactly 2 gallons, and he's only got a 5 gallon and a 3 gallon jug, and they've got to work out how to do it, and it's like. It's just it's a bit more intense, but it's just little stuff like that. Like it took. I remember it took us ages to work out what they'd done when I first saw it. I'm like, and that's like a simple child's riddle. That's like you tell that with children. So yeah,
just turn it off there. I can't handle any more of that.
I'm done.
That's me. That's the ending as far as you're concerned. The end of Die Hard 3.
It was over. Crazy Taxi the movie was done.
But it's kind of like these escape rooms that you go to now.
Yeah.
That people will go to, you know, that sort of problem solving, logical thinking, sort of on your feet.
Cryptic clues and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, it's like you say, it is just keeping the brain active, stopping it from like just idling over. Especially at the minute when it is just all too easy to sit and find yourself just 1,000-yard stare at the telly.
Yeah, I think it helps with creativity and stuff as well, I think.
Definitely does, yeah. Okay, guys, let's run through this last one. Kick myself on to realise how this one was done. But of course it is. See if you guys can still see the camera.
Yeah, I've just scaled it up.
Yeah, sweet. So for this one, we're L's again. Yeah, one round the middle. Yeah. One there, and one there. 4 spaces, all the same size, all the same shape. And I don't think I'd have got it if Mel hadn't shown us it. Nah. But again, same again, just keeps your brain active, keeps you thinking. And like you say, you might find yourself in not needing that necessarily, but needing to think of things on the fly, needing to work things out on the fly, thinking things logically. And it's just practice. It's just practice. Right before we finish up, we'll just have a little look at the next couple of slides, which is looking more at sort of nutrition and a healthy diet and the benefits of that. Right, where we are. I'm sure will be stuff that you're a little bit more familiar with, stuff that you've probably heard, and stuff that a lot of people know about a healthy diet. But there's a lot of us out there that know we need a healthy diet and don't have a healthy diet. You know, so sometimes like even just running through stuff like this, you might be able to think to yourself, "Well, I don't sleep very well." Do you know what I mean? And you might not even realize that could be dietary. You know, you might be putting that down to anything, and it could come down to your diet, you know. So it's looking at the sort of holistic picture and sort of, I've always said the body works best when it's working like in sync with itself, and that's obviously the whole picture. That's your sleep, that's your rest, that's your water, that's your nutrition. But even again, coming back to the diabetes side of things and stuff like that, we can prevent so much just by following a little bit of a healthier diet, and we're going to get some of these benefits from it. So I mean, it stands to reason that you're going to feel better if you're giving your body the nutrients and the vitamins that it needs. You're giving it the protein. For as much as people shy away from the word, we all need fats. We need fats in our system. We need fats in our diet. There's just a difference between good fats and bad fats. I think a lot of people hear the word fat and they kind of get scared off of something or shy away from something, when that's not necessarily the case. Some of the best foods out there for you are quite high in fats. be it nuts or an avocado or something like that. But it's just making sure you're getting your good fats as well. Same again, just giving your body what it needs. You're going to feel better. You're going to naturally have more energy, sort of sustained energy as well, rather than having something sugary on the morning and then crashing after a couple of hours and then having something sugary again. If you can have decent sort of carbohydrates, it's going to be more slow releasing, easier for your body to handle and your insulin to handle. You're going to have more sustained energy through the day. You're not going to have those sort of ups and downs, those highs and lows. It's going to be a lot more sort of slow releasing and balanced throughout the day. From there, you're going to maybe gain a little bit of confidence. You start to feel better in yourself. You might start to see physical changes happening. You might just even be that you're just not feeling so tired every day. Or feeling so run down every day, that you can have a little bit of confidence and sort of walk with your head held high. You're going to get healthier, obviously stands to reason. Again, I think we all know that we should eat 5 portions of fruit and veg a day, but don't. So same again, you've got to sort of dig into reasons why, but that we sort of look into another courses in barriers to healthy eating and exercise as well. You've got to say that you're less likely to be ill if you're eating well and taking care of yourself. You're going to be sustaining your immune system and keeping that topped up. I'm sure we've all been in a position where we've been kind of run down, kind of tired, haven't been sleeping well, haven't been eating great, and next thing you know, you've got a cold or you're not feeling great anyway. And like I say, your diet plays a huge part in your immune system, and I don't think people give it enough sort of credit. For just staying healthy and fighting off disease as well. I think certainly that we're in an image-based society now, and I think people's main focus on eating healthy or trying to be healthy is to look better physically. And of course, it's all the stuff that's going on inside that gets neglected. I mean, you'll know yourself here. How many people do you see at the gym that are focusing on the muscles that look good? Yeah. Your pecs, your delts, your glutes. Your biceps, yeah. But you don't see them on a treadmill doing a run to sustain their lungs and their heart and stuff like that. And it's about the internal as well as the external. It's amazing to lose a little bit of weight or to sort of tone up a little bit or see some definition, gain a little bit of confidence. But it counts for nothing if your sort of immune system's no good and you're not sleeping on a night and you run down and you're knackered all the time and you haven't got the energy to get through a day.
And what you find with the actual people when you can see the difference, so the people who are like physically very, very strong are maybe not in the great cardiovascular range, but they are still they're always looking after the health and they're always taking vitamins and all sorts of supplements and making sure they get like plenty of greens in because they know that the body won't recover without it. Like they're not doing it for vanity, because a lot of people who are in like what you would say like ripped kind of shape, like you do like a cutting phase where you basically put your body through like a period of malnutrition, right? Like you don't have enough water, you don't have enough food.
It pretty much is.
And you're essentially starving yourself. You're like fasting so that your body loses all the excess fat, all the excess water, so that you look as good as you possibly can. But during that period, you're not fit or healthy. You're quite the opposite. Oh,
definitely not. Definitely not.
You're in a.
There's a reason that bodybuilders take so many supplements as they do. Yeah. Super greens, like vitamin D, all sorts of multivitamins and stuff like that, because they're not getting it in their diet because their diet doesn't factor any of that in.
You want to fuel your performance as well, right? Like if you're going to be,
of course,
if you're going to be doing something and it's going to be like a sport or whatever, it's no good you following a bodybuilder's diet or routine because you're not going to get anywhere with it. You're going to feel worse. It's going to be.
You really will. You really will, because especially when it comes down to sort of certainly prep season, you'll see bodybuilders will eat a lot of the same stuff every day, or their week will look the same. And if they're not, like say if you have a meal and it's a little bit deficient in a vitamin or a mineral or something, say zinc or iron, that's all right because that's just one day. You might make up for that the next day.
Yeah.
If you're following a strict meal plan, eating the same stuff all the time, you've got to make sure that over a week or two, your body's not missing out on, say, 60% of the nutrients that it would need, because it's not getting enough from a diet. And that's same again, when you're coming into repetition and stuff like that, You've got to be aware of that as well. But that's what your body needs to be healthy, you know. And like you say, bodybuilders certainly going into show season, they're not in a good state of nutrition anyway. They look fit.
Yeah.
They look fit, but health wise, they really aren't. And you see them afterwards. Some of them do sort of crash. Some of them will come down with illness and
really
stuff
ill.
like that. They really do, yeah. Not to mention that they'll get off stage and go backstage and
Collapse.
eat a load of stuff that they haven't been able to have. You know, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to have a refeed. I'm going to have a load of jelly babies." You're like, "Well, it fuels your performance in your sport. It's not what your body needs right now."
No. Not in the dose that you would have it in as well, probably.
But yeah, definitely. I'm going to go and eat all the jelly babies.
Like a handful, maybe, you'd be all right.
Yeah. Have you seen Pumping Iron by any chance?
I haven't actually. No, I haven't watched I've seen clips, but I haven't seen the full documentary.
It's a good watch, to be honest. And at the end, after Arnie wins Mr. Olympia, there's actually footage of him in the sort of like backstage. He's got a pizza on the go. He's got a cigar on the go.
Yeah.
He's sat there. He's got like a beer or some wine or something like that. And you think, how's your body going to respond to that when you haven't had it for 6 months, or if you've been in I know some people will do prep for 10 months out of the year.
Yeah. No, but that 2 months is just off. It's completely. Well, fighters are the same, like boxers and UFC fighters. There's some of them who are just on it all the time. Then there's other ones who just balloon up and down and they're all over the shop. And it's because they train that hard for that long and the body's so depleted they just go off the rails when they get back to it. Right, okay,
well, that's it, yeah.
You know, I'm going to have like a pizza and a burger and I'm going to have loads of beers and start smoking again, and it's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Good luck with that, like when your body crashes.
Yeah. So Lynn's saying there doesn't agree with like the vitamin taking and the protein powder and that. To be honest, in my experience, obviously, Rob, you're far better placed to advise, but it's always a supplement, and that's what it's supposed to be. Like, it's not a there are meal replacement options, but they're always short term as well. So like, there's ketogenic diets where you have no carbs or little to no carbs, but like the warning that they always put out there, and if anyone gets like told to be on one, I know this because a couple of my family members have done it. They tell you not to stay on it forever. It's not long term. It's like, this is going to make you lose weight very, very quickly. For a specific purpose, because you need to, because you know you're putting yourself at risk by being this heavy. Yes,
of course, Be that to get like pre-op or something like that.
Otherwise, your heart's going to stop working, or you know you're approaching like a diabetic stage now, and we need you to lose this weight, or you're going to be really ill. Basically, they put you on this diet, and it does work. You'll drop you can drop like a couple of stone in a few months, but you can't do that for the rest of your life, because you will just die.
It's not sustainable, is it? Yeah, of course.
Like, it's just
And
it's the same with the protein powder. Like, you can't use it as a meal replacement. Like, you still have to eat food, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere.
You'll actually I was asking this question before. Theoretically, could you just drink all your calories? And
I've known people try it.
It gets to the point apparently where your teeth start to physically hurt, because they're like, because they're not chewing anything. Like it's a weird one that I'll have to look into a little bit more. But apparently your body just doesn't like the idea of you just drinking all your calories and stuff. But like you say, they're called supplements for a reason. They're meant to supplement a diet that is deficient in whatever that thing is. You know, protein powder, I would say, is handy to mix into a recipe or something like that. If you're saying, like, we've just started, have you had quark?
I have, it's like, is it actually cheese, but it tastes a bit like natural yogurt?
Pretty much, pretty much, and it's quite high in protein. And I've started mixing like a scoop of protein powder into that, just getting the unflavoured one. And that gives me that might give me like 20 grams of protein first thing in the morning or whatever, you know.
That's my main issue, like. Protein, I've stopped drinking the powder because it gives a bad stomach, to be honest. It makes you feel sick.
Well, there's that as well.
It doesn't agree with my stomach, because I've been getting whey, which is made from milk, and I think that's part of the issue. Like, it's that's part of it. But protein bars I find a bit easier, like after you've done something. So after you've gone on a long walk or a run, or you've been to the gym or whatever, it doesn't have to be like a full-on workout, but having a protein bar, quite low in sugar, high in protein, so it's like 300 calories maybe. And that'll tide us over for a couple of hours, and then I'll know how hungry I am when I get home. Whereas if I go to the gym and go straight home, the first thing I'll do is make loads of food, and I'll probably
Yeah.
eat it all as well. But if I have that little break in between, I'm not eating as much. So
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm not having 2 main meals when I get home, which is what I was doing, which was really bad. Like I started putting weight on, but I just didn't feel right either. I was really tired. Like, I was just
Yeah.
knackered because my body
Like
was trying to
lethargic.
digest 2 meals. Like
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Like a snake that just eats its own body weight and then rests for a week.
Yeah, it's just it's just mad. So yeah, it's all your like. It has to be attuned to your lifestyle, I think, and what you do.
Of course it does, yeah, of course it does. And like when I was working in the gym, you'd have people saying like, "What supplement would you recommend? What's the best?" I said it depends on what you're going for.
Eat right. And,
Yeah.
That'll be.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I said if you can get it all in your diet, get it all in your diet, and you don't need any of this. Do you know what I mean?
I do supplement vitamins,
it's a
but
supplement
it's just,
at the end of the day.
It's just to make sure I get enough. Like
exactly. Yeah. There's acknowledging that it's not in your diet, and maybe it's trying to work on that a little bit, but it would be daft to acknowledge and say, "Oh, my diet's not getting enough of this, but I'm not going to take that supplement because I don't believe in the supplement."
I always just think it can't. I'm not convinced, to be honest. I'm not like saying that I feel 100% better for taking a multivitamin, but the way I look at it is, it can't do any harm to just have it in there. And if it does us some good, it does us some good. Because I'm getting vitamins anyway. Like, I'm eating fruit and veg and all that kind of stuff that you put up with.
And it's stuff that you have to eat.
Stuff that it can be nice, but you sort of, I'm always forcing myself to eat it. Like, I'm never like, I get to eat, some green beans. Or I can't wait to go home and have some, like,
Can't wait for me broccoli tonight.
Like steamed broccoli. It's alright, but yeah.
It's necessary.
To be honest, like, I probably agree with Lynn. The powder stuff, I'm not a fan. But I can get behind doing it if you've got a really busy lifestyle and like you need to just get in some quick like calories that are nutrient rich as well, like high in protein, probably a little bit fat in there as well.
Because I kind of came off the protein shakes because for me, I had like a whey protein.
Yeah.
That was maybe 150 calories or something like that, but it was filling me up like I was having a meal.
Right.
So I'd be better off having a meal maybe with less protein in, a little bit less protein in, but a meal that can put me at say 400 or 500 calories than just have a shake that leaves me too full to eat a meal and is only giving me 150 calories.
Yeah. So I go through phases where like I think, okay, I'll get back on like the supplements, and I just think I'm not really bothered. Like it's just more how I feel, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's just if you feel hungry, if you're feeling like you're depleted after doing something, you probably aren't. Like you were saying, like you said.
Well, exactly.
Probably not getting enough of something or other, and it's just about try and introduce it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Don't stress about it.
Right, that's it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just got to make it work for you. Some people can't even stomach a protein shake.
Yeah. But they're not nice. Like there's a handful of ones that are nice.
Yeah, that's it. It depends which one you
birthday
get. But
cake flavour.
They have a place. Good. Yeah. Oh, birthday cake flavour.
Yeah.
God, tell Alex.
If anyone is looking for protein bars, because I've mentioned them, the grenade bars. There's a birthday cake one of them. And it is honestly, I'd rather eat that than a chocolate bar. Like, hands down.
Yeah. Them grenade bars, and they do. There's a dark chocolate and raspberry one.
Yeah, there's a strawberry cheesecake one, I think, as well. Is there? Yeah, they're honestly really good.
Yeah, and they same again. They're quite low in sugar for what they are as well.
Yeah,
definitely. So speaking about low in sugar, anyway.
Yeah.
While I'm on, we'll blast on to that next and that last slide. Yeah. And it just gives you something to look at. We've actually got one of these sort of in the kitchen just to reference quickly if we need it. By all means, grab a picture of the screen if you want, do the old print screen and get that printed off. Come back and find the video later on, but that's a handy chart to have to sort of look at. So what we're doing there, that is based on per 100 grams.
Okay.
So if you look on the back of a packet of anything, and it'll tell you per 100 grams. If it says over 15 grams for sugar, as we can say on that chart there, that would be classed as high in sugar. So for every 100 grams, 15 grams of that is sugar. Yeah. So that would be sort of like, obviously some of your high-end snacky sort of stuff. Probably like your chocolate bars, stuff like that's going to be really high in sugar per 100 grams.
Probably more than 15, I'd imagine.
Well, it will be. It probably will be. Yeah.
I don't have anything to hand because I've managed to avoid having loads. I've got an orange, which doesn't tell us what's in it.
Oh,
Lots of sugar.
yeah.
There's lots of sugar in that.
Lots of sugar, yeah.
Yeah.
Natural sugar though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But I've seen breakfast like cereal bars
Yeah.
with more sugar in than that per 100 grams. Cereals definitely, if you depending on what cereals you're looking at.
Bowl of Cocoa
So
Pops is going to have a lot in
it
it.
is. It can be certain stuff that is marketed to you as healthy and a good option. Do you know what I mean? Like people will always say to me, "Oh, I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm on these breakfast bars."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Have you looked how much sugar's in them?" You know, and sort of be aware of that, and you'll have a look at the sugar, and it could be off the charts sometimes.
Yeah.
It really can, and you're like, no wonder it gives you a kick at the start of the day.
Is there any? I'll give you a question just to keep the. I know we've already overran a little bit, but I'll give you. Is there any such thing as eating healthy? Like that. That to me is a bit of an alien concept because what is healthy? Like it's a balance, right? Like you can't obviously everything you eat can't just be in the red zone, but if you just try and keep as much as you can in this. If you're looking at it like this in food content, you try to keep everything in medium and green, and trying to stay out of the red where you can, and that's
well, pretty much. Since these sort of stuff have started appearing on labels, and something has to be labelled as sort of like we've got to put green,
like
amber, or red on there. Pretty much, manufacturers are actually trying to get down maybe into the band underneath, or to get into the best band that they can. I believe a tin of beans now, like a tin of baked beans, is under 5 grams in terms of sugar per 100 grams.
Yeah.
So I think it's 4.9.
And that's all in the sauce as well, isn't it? Like
it is, pretty much, yeah.
It's all stuff they were previously adding where they've gone, actually, hang on, no one's going to buy this. Like,
we'll add less of that. Yeah, let's put less of that in. Yeah. So I mean, in terms of what you're saying, eating healthy, health is different sort of everybody, and what health means to everybody is different.
Yeah.
Bar trying to make sure that you're getting your nutrients and your vitamins and your minerals and stuff like that. Obviously they play a big part in your health.
Yeah.
When it comes to planning your food and your diet and saying like, right, how on earth do I fit in some of those high foods, high in fat, high in sugar, if you really wanted to, like you say, it's trying to limit how often you need to step up into that band.
Yeah.
But also sort of like, that's where counting your calories and tracking your nutrients and stuff can come in quite handy. So I mean, you might get to the end of the day and you might say to yourself, right, I still need to have 20 grams of fat. I still need to have 30 grams of sugar. I've got
1,000 calories left. Like, this meal's going to be good. Like, I'm going to enjoy this meal.
Yeah.
Or whereas, I had a Subway for my dinner, and that was probably 2,000 there. So maybe I'm approaching the limit at the moment. So
so you would go the other way. You would say, I've had a Subway for me dinner that might be creeping up into the higher bands for some of these. I'm going to try and get down into low. I'm going to try and get down into, say, like the low categories for a lot of stuff for me tea. Do you know what I mean? And just balance, like you say, mate. It's all balance. There's no. If there was a right diet to follow, everybody would just be following the diet and eating the same thing.
Yeah. Because a healthy diet, it's such a weird term, I've always found. Because, like, what does that mean?
It is.
Because if you're an Olympic athlete, a healthy diet's completely different to if you're, like, a postman.
Yeah, and like we were saying, being a bodybuilder, a healthy diet isn't going to get you on stage with a gold medal.
Exactly.
Necessarily, do you know what I mean? So it is. It's sort of figuring out what's important to you. But in terms of, rather than healthy diet, I like to say like sort of balanced diet,
appropriate as well, I'd say.
Exactly, appropriate to the individual, definitely. But that table's quite handy to have, sort of even just laid around or somewhere where you can get it to hand, just so you can sort of check and say.
This is the stuff you cover in the like drop-in sessions as well, right? Like on a
this sort of thing,
person-to-person basis as well, yeah.
Yes. So we just started away on the new drop-ins yesterday actually, and we're doing one which we're doing self-improvement after lockdown, which is going to include a little bit of nutrition sort of stuff and healthy eating anyway. And we're doing like a My Fitness journey, getting people a little bit more active, pointing them in the direction of resources in the area, looking at your barriers. Say you come in and you say, Rob, I've got bad joints, I've got this problem, I've got that problem. I can only find space, like time to exercise on these days. We can have a look and say, right, well, the swimming bath is open at this time. It's X amount to swim per session or for a membership. The swimming will be good on your joints and your bones. and it's like a weight bearing exercise, and you know what I mean, just trying to put the right steps in front of people to move forward. But because at the minute we're limited to only 4 people on a class indoors with COVID and stuff like that, it's more time to get in with everybody and sort of dial things in a little bit more, you know. But yeah, that's that sort of thing we are looking at in the drop-ins, and we'll get touched on some of the other courses that we do as well.
We've got it's like a reserve list, isn't it, at the minute? Obviously we're booked, but we know, and then that like run will come to an end, and then we'll try and give other people an opportunity as well.
Of course, definitely. And if you know that you're going to want to be on the next one, give me a shout now and I'll stick your name on, you know.
Yeah, and then we'll work it out so it's obviously fair that everyone gets a decent crack at the drop.
Of course, yeah.
But there is going to be a bunch of online stuff. Obviously, this is one of them, but there's some more upcoming stuff that we're doing virtually as well, isn't there? There's a few things.
Yes. Yeah, I've got some cool stuff coming up.
So fear not, you will not miss out on Rob's one-on-one advice. Yeah, so Rob said, I think you're gonna drop Lynn an email after the.
I am, yeah. I'm gonna get off this stream and then I'll go straight on and I'll sort that out.
Cool, just so you can have a look at the because I know the documents are all like separate, aren't they? So we don't have them in.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Cool. So the survey. Did we have a survey link? I don't know if we.
I think the survey is in the link under the video again. Yeah.
It's not there. Wait there. I will get it real quick.
That might have disappeared. That might have disappeared.
That might have been a bit of crossover from myself and Ella when we've.
Maybe.
This is a common problem when you have.
Hey, do you know what to say? That like for 6 months, most of us have been working miles apart from each other, different cities and stuff like that. You know, it's gone well. It really has. You know.
I think it's been. I've typed the password in wrong, which isn't a good start. But yeah, it's been so far so good, and I think we'll hang on. What is this, session 2? It is, isn't it?
This is session 2, Fit Body Fit Mind. So the last one,
last week on the first.
If you're watching and you aren't enrolled on the course, let me know, and I'll send the forms over for you so you can get it actually like properly ticked off.
We do have a survey, just 2 seconds. But yeah, obviously Rob, your email for Media Savvy is just Rob, isn't it? It's just Rob at Media Savvy CIC.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I'll stick that in the chat when I've copied the link in as well. Just for again, anyone's got any questions today, or if anyone's got any anyone's watching back. Sorry.
Of course.
Let's see if I can spell Media Savvy CIC right, because I've been working here for 5 years. Rob at mediasavvycic.co.uk. Yeah, there you go. So any questions about the drop-ins and stuff as well, shoot them across to Rob. He will let you know. You will let everyone know about availability.
Definitely.
It says see you next Tuesday, 10 till 12. I don't know if that's accurate.
It's not 10 till 12.
Okay.
So next week we'll be on to a new course. We'll be doing pre-employability. Yeah, what's sorry, buddy?
Is that 1 till 3?
That will be 1 till 3:30. I think that is. I think that's 1 till 3:30, and I think the last half an hour is going to be a fitness video.
Right. Cool. Okay.
So kind of like you were doing before, I'll get one sent over, and it'll just be a case of just sticking it on at the end. Yeah. Cool.
Right, guys.
Nice one. Excellent, guys. Well, thanks for joining in. Yeah.
Sorry about the.
Thanks for bearing with the technicals. Yeah, we got there in the end.
Yeah, and
we get there.
But Rob had it on lock as always. He had it sorted.
Sorted, man. Sorted. Enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was good. Right, guys.
Yeah, nice
get
one.
Out here then. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Take care of yourselves, guys. Give me a shout if you need a hand with anything, and I'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you guys. I'll end that because we have